From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
And welcome. I find these pseudo-secular people strange. On the one hand, they talk about reconciliation and about how we must all move on and move beyond religious strife. And on the other hand, they say we must never forget or forgive Babri. They say we must go by the courts of law in this country, and now that the courts have finally decided the century-old dispute, they now say we must never move beyond December 6th. I just don't understand these people. They say the narrative in this country must be only and only about development, and I agree with them. But when here we are, before the upcoming UP elections, where for the first time in 30 years, the roaring issue will not be Babri, these groups are trying their best to resuscitate the Babri issue. I just don't understand these people. There is a Supreme Court verdict of 2019 that settles the issue. But here in 2021, there is a member of a political party wearing badges which say, I am Babri, let's never forget Babri. I don't understand these people. And ladies and gentlemen, today, on the 7th of December 2021, I say it's time we tell these people that the Masjid matter is shut, that people have moved on, that they must move on to. And that trying to provoke using that card will fetch not a single vote of support of any reasonable person in this country. We need to stop the provocation and move on. But can we? That's what I'll debate tonight in a few minutes. Debate one. JNU to SDPI to SP, some are desperately trying to revive the Babri card. I say why. Debate number two tonight. Big announcement on the farmers' protest expected tomorrow. Our vested interests completely flummoxed that the blockade will end. Debate number two. And debate number three, heated political face-off. After Prime Minister Modi says Lal Topi is a red alert for UP. Big debate at 10:30, and here are the headlines this Tuesday evening on the debate tonight.
जो बाबरी मस्जिद गिराया गया, ये गलत गिराया गया और इसीलिए इंसाफ होगा कि बाबरी फिर से बनाई जाए। इस इंसाफ के लिए बनाई जाए।
2 years after the Supreme Court verdict, rebuild Babri calls echo on the JNU campus.
हमारी बाबरी मस्जिद थी, उसको मंदिर कर दिया गया। बाबरी मस्जिद की याद हमारे दिलों में हमेशा रहेगी।
Samajwadi Party MP uses the Babri issue to keep the Mandir Masjid narrative alive. SDPI uses children to push the agenda. Time to shut down Babri politics in the country. 18 days after the Prime Minister's assurance, farmer unions hint at ending the agitation. Can vested interests continue to push for a blockade? Big announcement expected tomorrow.
लाल टोपी वाले यूपी के लिए रेड अलर्ट है, रेड अलर्ट।
And in a direct attack on the Samajwadi Party, Prime Minister red flags Lal Topi. Red alert in Uttar Pradesh. Welcome. For the first time in 3 decades, Babri won't be an issue in the UP elections. At least that's what it seems as of now. And that's why there is an attempt being made to keep it alive. From the same old student groups in JNU to the SDPI, Samajwadi Party also. Is it getting too predictable? Why don't we move on? Let's debate.
Monday, December 6th. Late in the evening, an open call was given to rebuild Babri.
नहीं मिलेगा उन्हें सजा तो मिलना ही पड़ेगा, पर साथ साथ कंपेंसेशन भी देना पड़ेगा और ये कहना पड़ेगा कि आपको कि जो बाबरी मस्जिद गिराया गया ये गलत गिराया गया और इसीलिए इंसाफ होगा कि बाबरी फिर से बनाई जाए। इस इंसाफ के लिए लड़ाई है।
This provocative speech was made on JNU campus by left-wing student groups amid anti-government chants and Babri posters. This is not an isolated incident. Akhilesh Yadav's MP Shafiqur Rahman Burke put out a Facebook post on December 5th that read, "Babri is safe in our hearts. Neither have we forgotten, nor will our generations forget. Hashtag 6 December Black Day. Hashtag Babri Zinda Hai." When questioned, he was defiant.
वहाँ हमारी बाबरी मस्जिद थी, उसको मंदिर कर दिया गया। बाबरी मस्जिद की याद हमारे दिलों में हमेशा रहे।
In Kerala's Pathanamthitta, the controversial party SDPI used children to further its political agenda on Babri. Watch how young school-going children were accosted and given badges that read, "I am Babri." This was captured on CCTV.
I'm exactly at the spot where the campus front member, also SDPI member, who was distributing the badge for children. This is the very spot where he was doing it. Children were coming from that direction and the SDPI workers were here. They were distributing. There's a camera down there which has caught this information. However, we also spoke to about 4 or 5 children. All of them have stated unilaterally that the badges were given saying that they need this badge to enter the school today.
When questioned, SDPI justified the act.
6 വയസ്സും 12 വയസ്സിലായിട്ടുള്ള കുട്ടികളുടെ ഇടയിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു പൊളിറ്റിക്കലായിട്ടുള്ളൊരു സംഭവം കൊണ്ടുവന്നത് അവർക്കത് മനസ്സിലാക്കാനും പറ്റും, അതിൻ്റെ തെറ്റും ശരിയും മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ പറ്റും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് തോന്നുന്നുണ്ടോ?
മുസ്ലിം സമുദായത്തിന് തീരാ വിങ്ങലായിട്ട് ഇന്നും കനലായിട്ട് നെഞ്ചിൽ കൊണ്ടു നടക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പം ജനിച്ചു വരുന്ന ഓരോ കുട്ടികളിലും ഇത് എത്തിച്ചു കൊടുക്കണമെന്ന് തന്നെയാണ് നമ്മുടെ കണക്കുകൂട്ടൽ.
29 years after Babri episode and 2 years after Supreme Court's full and final verdict, our political parties and vested interest groups using Babri to polarize before elections.
As I've said in my introduction, I do not understand why this issue is raised with such interest every year on December 6th, and especially this time. Is there nothing else? No other issue? No other way to build a narrative, have a vote bank than say that, let's never forgive or forget what happened on December 6, 1992? Does the Supreme Court verdict not matter? Is this any form of secularism? Of course not. On the debate tonight, Sanju Verma of the BJP, Ajay Alok of the JDU. Ratan Sharda. We have Aarti Agarwal, author and researcher, Atikur Rahman, Islamic scholar, Professor Monojit Mandal, Asif Hussain Sohail, political analyst, Syed Asad Abbas, and Nilofar Masood of the National Conference Women's Wing, President of the National Conference Women's Wing, Baramulla. He's joining us from Srinagar. Thank you, everyone. Atikur Rahman. What is this? Is this about UP? What is this about UP? Is it about having no other issue? Is it about somehow putting together a Muslim vote bank before the UP elections? What is this? Never forget. We will never forgive.
This is about
Bols mere saath halla bol. डरता किससे है हल्ला बोल. Never forget, never forgive. Forget the Supreme Court verdict. What is this? I am Babri.
Arnab, this is about hypocrisy.
मैं बाबरी हूँ. So you have no belief in the Supreme Court?
Arnab, allow me now. Allow me now.
No, so you have no belief in the Supreme Court.
You want to silence all the Muslims. You want to silence only the Muslims. Why you are not calling the names of those who are raking up the issue of the Shahi Eidgah Masjid in Mathura? Why are they raking up the Krishna Janambhoomi issue again at the time of elections? Despite the 1991 Places of Worship Act, they are saying that this act was bought by the Congress government and they do not believe in that. You are not calling their names. You silence your Hindutva elements, Sanju Verma, and we will take care of ours. Will you?
Okay, can I? Have you spoken? Have you finished? Are you done? Okay. Now if you're done,
Now don't go by your election speech. Answer my question.
Let me now come in. You've had your say. You can't engage in a monologue. Please, I did not interrupt you. Let me finish, then you can rebut me. You know, first and foremost, the most important thing, as you said in your introduction, is the fact that on the 9th of November 2019, the Supreme Court, via a unanimous majority verdict, clearly said
1991 Places of Worship Act.
Please do not
Despite
interrupt.
that, why the UP Deputy Chief Minister is raking up the Mathura issue? You answer this first. The nation wants to know, despite the 1991
Arnab
Places of
Goswami,
Worship
I am not
Act,
debating
why
this
UP
lumpen
Deputy
element.
Chief, ask
Unless
the
you
UP
ask
Deputy
him
Chief
to
Minister
stop.
to resign first. Do you believe
Ask
in the
this
parliament
lumpen
or
element to
not?
stop.
Okay,
Ask
Atik, thank you. Atik, I gave you the opening round. I gave you the opening round on the unwritten understanding that you would listen to the response on the other side. So thank you very much, Atik. Thank you.
Yes,
Sanju will
thank
respond. Everyone's on the debate. I'm not giving
buffer.
any prizes for heckling. Thank you.
Atikur Rahman, I don't need your bhashan and nor do I need your permission. Now keep quiet and I'll have my say. The most important thing is on the 9th
Bhashans are
of
for
November
politicians. You go
2019.
for your votes.
He starts again. I'm not debating. I will not speak today unless his favor is lowered. Because I behave professionally. I did
You
not
should
excel
not.
it.
I did say
You
that
should
we
not,
don't
in
need
fact.
him on the right necessarily
not
right
kick
now
out.
because otherwise I will not have the debate.
You do not ask
I'm making a
Mr.
request here, please. I'm making a request here for the last time, but you know, he sees himself on the screen and there he goes. I'm making a request here. Everybody will listen to
Let me
each other.
finish.
We have limited time. Let's make this work, okay? Thank you. You can put your hand down. I see that, Mr. Abbas. Yeah, go on.
Okay. You know, Arnab, the most important thing is, as you said in your introduction, the fact of the matter is that the highest apex court of the country, the Supreme Court, in a unanimous judgment on the 9th of November 2019, very categorically said in a 926-page judgment, a 116-page addendum, that the temple of Ram Lalla was there, and thereafter a masjid structure came about called the Babri Masjid, which was demolished on the 6th of December 1992. So I'm ad verbatim quoting what the Honorable Apex Court had to say. So point number one, that was originally the birthplace of Ram Lalla. So let's not have any discussion on that. Second point, this is a judgment that has been given by the Supreme Court. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. When the Supreme Court decides in favor of Muslims, you say, "Arey wah wah wah, sab sahi hai." The moment a decision comes which basically vindicates the astha and the faith of Hindus, the entire minority community, particularly Muslims, stand up in arms, saying, "Hum to Supreme Court mein vishwas nahi rakhte hain, but we will continue to avail benefits that are available to us under Article 29 and under Article 30 of
Arnab, allow me to quickly rebut
If you do
Sanju
not
Verma.
believe the
Just 1
Supreme
minute.
Court, if you do
Wait a
not
minute.
believe in
Wait
the
a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. Be
Why do
patient.
you take benefits under Article 29? Why do you take benefits under Article 30? Are you willing to forego benefits that have been bestowed on you by the Constitution under Article
Okay, now allow me to
Somebody, are you teaching us
rebut
the
Are you
Arnab.
Constitution of
willing to
India?
forego
Oh, hello,
benefits
Allow me
madam.
to
that have
rebut.
been given to you under
Arnab, allow me to
Article 30?
rebut now. Arnab,
You
I'd like
want
to
to
make a
Arey,
point
please
here.
take the lessons
Arnab,
of
I'd
this
like to
madam. She is
rebut
teaching
Sanju
us
Verma.
Constitution of India.
Okay,
What is
Sanju,
this?
Sanji,
A
let me
minute,
tell
please. Thank you. Thank you. Can I come in, please? Thank you. Thank you.
Arnab,
Thank
allow
you.
me.
The question is, Sanju. Wait a minute, Mr. Abbas.
Why is she
Monojit,
quoting
wait a
the
minute.
articles
I want a
of the
short
Constitution?
reply,
I
right?
don't understand.
I want a short reply. But Ajay, But Ajay, equally it will be asked that here are you and here is Sanju. And you're saying let's move on. And I say let's move on. You say the Ayodhya matter was settled by the court. I say the Ayodhya matter was settled by the court. And I remember 5-judge bench, Justice Ranjan Gogoi, Justice Bobde, Justice Dhananjay Chandrachud, Ashok Bhushan and Abdul Nazir. Right? The verdict is before us. 5-judge bench.
Not the
Matter
criminality,
over.
not the criminal action.
And
The
that day
civil-
when the matter ended,
Arnab,
1 minute,
civil dispute. Can I
Manaji,
come
you're
in?
not my semicolon, you are not my
you are
comma,
misleading
you
the
are
nation.
certainly not
You
my
are
hyphen.
misleading the
So let me
nation.
complete my
The
sentence.
civil-
Yeah, no, 1 minute please.
civil
I am
dispute
finding
has
this
been dissolved.
absolutely unbearable
Not the
that I am not
criminal-
allowed to complete
criminal
a single
culpability.
sentence
Not
on
the
my own
criminal
program.
action
Now
for
I am
demolition.
completing the
You
sentence,
are
come
wrong.
what may. And the question is this.
You are wrong.
The question is this.
You are wrong.
The question is not to you, the question is to Ajay. Ajay, the question to you is, why is the UP Deputy Chief Minister now targeting Mathura? So he said something, no, ab Kashi ki badi hai. What did he say? He put out a tweet recently. And that's the question. If we have moved on from divisive politics to infrastructure agenda, we've moved on from all that into development issues, then why is the BJP picking the issue of Mathura Kashi? केशव मौर्य says, अयोध्या काशी भव्य मंदिर निर्माण जारी है, अब मथुरा की तैयारी है. Why? What is the reason? Who is trying to cash in on the religious card? Ajay, do you have a reply?
Can I speak now?
Yeah, you of course can speak. The question is...
Yeah, I have a
directed at
reply. Okay. First of all, Arnab, let me tell everybody that nobody should have the courage to take this country, my country, for granted. That they can say anything against the judiciary, they can do anything against the sentiments and they'll be pardoned off. No, they won't be. Babri Masjid was a disputed site. It was a dhacha, as said by the Islamic scholars, of not from here, but from Saudi Arabia. And those people who are doing all this, they are politicizing it and trying to create a communal divide, which is not in the good interest of the country. Second thing, as far as if ever all of you have been to Varanasi, just go and check with the Muslim families there. They donated their place for development of the Kashi, what we are talking of, Kashi Peeth, the corridor which is PM going to inaugurate. This is the kind of communal harmony which people of Varanasi have shown. Now, saying all this, Babri hamari hai, Babar was not from this country. How can Babri be yours? Go to Iran, where Baba came from, Iraq. I don't know where he come from. But he was not an Indian. But saying all these things, trying to communalize and vitiate the atmosphere, and worst, shameless thing, a political party organizing a rally. A political party organizing a rally to celebrate 26th year of demolition of Babri Masjid, and Chief Minister giving a citation on that. What kind of politics we are dealing with? You are playing with fire. You are trying to communalize this country. And let me tell you, your hands will be burnt, not
could I
ours.
come in and rebuttal, please?
Your hand will be burnt. ये करना नहीं चाहिए आप लोग
Can I
को.
come in?
Babri Masjid was never yours.
Now allow me to come in and rebut.
There is a
Now,
feeling
may I come in,
associated
please?
of 100
I'd like to
crores,
quickly make
100
my
crores
point here.
Hindus and 130 crores Indians with that site where the Ram temple is coming
What you
up.
are talking about?
Okay.
And lots
Now
of
allow me
Muslims
to-
have their devotion towards them. I am talking about sense. Don't try to communalize issue because it's going to burn you.
Mr. Ajay Alok. All right. First and foremost, Mr. Ajay Alok, let me tell you, sir. Arnab asked you a question with respect to Mr. Keshav Maurya, who is a BJP leader, as to why he is communalizing the issue with respect to Kashi and Mathura. Very cleverly, you did not answer him. But the real question is, Arnab, if NCPCR sends a notice to SDPI, what about the notice where BJP rallies, we see children being used wearing Modi mask? What about Kapil Mishra in a pro-CA rally in Delhi? Kids of school-going age saying, "Desh ke gaddaron ko goli maro salon ko." Why such atyachar? Now, the nation wants to know, when it comes to BJP, where is NCPCR? Where is the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights? When
Now,
kids are wearing Modi masks in
What's
BJP
wrong in
rallies?
saying Desh
When
ke gaddaron ko goli maro
when
salo
you
ko?
are using
What should be done
kids
with the traitors
in the
of this
rally
country?
saying, "Desh ke
What is
gaddaron
wrong?
ko goli
You tell
maro
me
salon
one thing.
ko."
You tell me one thing, you being a patriot, you being a nationalist, I ask you.
Must wake up and smell the coffee.
You, Mr. Altaf,
Is
you
it
being
a
a
name of
patriot
the
and a nationalist,
BJP?
what's wrong in
The
saying
nation wants to
goli
know.
maro saalon ko
Also,
desh ke
as a matter
gaddaron
of
ko?
fact, my question is to Sanju Verma.
What
Sanju
your
Verma,
nation
please
wants to
tell
know what's
me,
wrong?
over the last 10
What's wrong in
years,
saying
from
to the traitors
2010
goli maro saalon
to
ko?
2021,
Why we should kill
11
the
years
traitors?
now, why haven't you banned the PFI? I challenge you today on
Never,
Republic
you want-
TV.
you
over
want
the
we
last
should
10
treat the
years,
traitors
you and the
like what we did to-
come on Republic TV and parrot the line.
What
will
we
ban
did to
the PFI,
Kassab, we
will
should
ban
do.
the PFI.
Spending
7
crores.
years you are in power
Who
today,
killed our own
but you have
people.
not banned the Popular Front of India. Why?
No,
Arnab?
just it's not a
Can
matter
you
of
answer
power.
me today?
This country is going to
Sanju
be
Verma,
like that.
Avoided the
what
subject.
stops
We are
you?
not going
Or
to
are you
tolerate its
complicit
nonsense
of the
anymore.
crime
And
of
don't take this
PFI?
country for
Are
granted.
you hands
Don't
in-
take
are
this
you
country
hand
for
in glove with the
granted.
PFI? Are you complicit of all
Don't
the
take
crimes
this
of
country
PFI?
for granted.
If you are
If you're a
not,
traitor, you will be
accept
treated
my
like a
challenge
traitor.
today and
If
ban
you are
the
a
Popular
traitor,
Front
you will
of
be
India.
treated like a
Can you
traitor.
do that? I
And you'll
dare
be
you
shown the
today on
place.
Public TV. I
You will
doubly
be
dare
shown
you
the
today,
place if you are
Sanju
a
Verma ji.
traitor.
Okay, now let me
So
come in.
therefore-
You asked the question of why the
If you are a
PFI
traitor, you will be
banned.
treated like a
So
traitor.
let
You
me
won't be
tell
treated
you-
like a
Let
martyr.
me tell you categorically that the decision, the recommendation to ban the PFI or its political outfit, the SDPI, has to come from the relevant state government, and this has been said as much in an affidavit
No,
by
I'm
the
sorry,
Solicitor
no.
General.
Madam,
Tushar
7
Mehta,
years you're in power. Tell me your states.
representing
Which
the
BJP states has banned
government,
PFI? Name
Tushar
the
Mehta,
states.
the Solicitor
You are in
General,
majority states.
representing the
No,
UP
Arnab,
government,
Arnab, this
has
is false. This
that
is lies
Uttar
and propaganda.
Pradesh,
Okay,
Karnataka,
Madam,
Jharkhand,
majority of the
Kerala,
states in India are owned by BJP.
I can quite visibly see here. 1 minute. I'm not having a debate on the PFI, so I'm not going there. I go back to the central issue, and I want all of you to come back on the central issue. And I'm calling out individual names right now. I want Monojit on the debate with Ratan Sharda. Everyone, please follow the rules. See.
Yes.
Central issue. Come back on it. When I debate PFI, I will debate
I'll come
PFI.
back. I'll come.
Today
First
I'm
of all,
debating why you want to not let go
Arnab,
of December 6th. And I want to complete what I'm saying.
I'll tell you.
Monojit,
Why? Why
Monojit,
should not-
Supreme Court has pronounced the verdict. Listen to me. And it has awarded the
You know
land,
that.
whether
that.
you
I
like
voted
it
now.
or not, to
I
a
voted
trust
now.
for the construction of a temple. And a temple is being constructed.
So who is
And
denying
it
that?
will be constructed.
Who is denying that? No.
So, no. The problem
Who
is,
is denying that?
you're trying to revive it.
But in the same breath,
But you're reviving it.
Nobody is denying that. In the same breath, the Supreme Court has also said the demolition of Babri Masjid was a criminal act. It was a criminally criminal act, and the perpetrators must be punished. What are you talking about? And what happened after, to that effect? The people who have seemed to be demolishing Babri
Sorry,
Masjid,
do you-
now they are
do you-
part of the government of India.
They were in power for 30 years when it
Arre, what
happened.
do
What
you-
did
Do
they
you-
in the
People were
report of
killed.
law?
Do you want me? Monojit,
Don't
Ratan
say
Sharda
BJP
responding.
was
Ratan
right.
Sharda.
December
Can I come in now?
1990,
Mr. Monojit,
the
can I speak
BJP
now?
has created a mayhem
Mr.
throughout
Monojit,
the country.
judiciary
Arre,
was
what,
under
Mr.
you.
Monojit? You please stop now.
Judiciary was under
I'm
you
not
for
finished.
23,
I'm not
25
finished.
years.
You have
What happened to
killed
those court cases?
hundreds
Did
of
anybody
people
stop it?
on the
So
way
don't try to shift the blame. Let us come back to the debate.
You created
What is the
mayhem
debate?
throughout the country.
JNU
How
case.
many people
Can I
were
speak?
murdered because of this mob?
Don't continue to
Now
speak,
you're
man.
saying
Your
that
argument is
action
over.
must be forgiven and forgotten.
Okay,
No,
fine.
no. Arre, you are a terrible man. You are a terrible man, TV. It was my
Your
turn.
argument
It was
is
my
over.
turn. You are taking
Courts
my
were
turn
under
away.
Congress
You are a
for 30
sadist.
years. You did not do anything. Don't keep
You are a
on shouting.
sadist.
Can I speak now?
Why are you taking my
My
turn?
argument.
Why are you
My
taking
argument.
my issues?
History for these people begins
Arre, I
on
was
August
calling
1947,
to speak, not
travels backward to Mughal era.
You-
They have no knowledge of
you
history
have
before Mughal era.
committed
They have no
a
knowledge of
heinous
history after
act
the
of
Supreme
criminality.
Court judgment. भैया आप बोल रहे थे मैं बोला नहीं ना, please. The people in JNU and their supporters here, for them the history starts in 1947, then it goes back to Mughal era. There is nothing after that. There is nothing before that. So there is no temple before Babri. Now by saying, see, they simply want violence. They want anarchy, whether it's Babri or CAA or anything else. They will come on the road. They will stroke the fire. When Muslims have accepted the Ram Mandir verdict, who are these people to keep up the fire on? Now, when they say that Babri नहीं भूलेंगे, तो हिंदू राम मंदिर कैसे भूलेंगे? तो हिंदू काशी मथुरा कैसे भूलेंगे? So by trying to say that we will not forget Babri, we are actually opening the gates for Hindus to start about speaking about Kashi and Mathura. So stop. That is because you said it.
I would like to.
I have not said it.
I would like to. No. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute, please. 1 minute. Monojit.
You also don't want to forget.
Monojit.
Babri Masjid is a victory. For you, demolition of
Monojit.
Babri Masjid is a victory. And you
Monojit.
want to replicate with every other
Thank you,
issue
Monojit.
about Babri Masjid. You want to replicate Babri.
Monojit Mandal, my next point tonight is this.
That is precisely your agenda. And we are going to resist that.
Monojit.
Millions of people were killed by invaders.
Monojit, thank you. Okay, thank you. Now I can hear them. See, allow me. The fact is that when Ratan Sharda, 1 minute. Ratan Sharda, Mr. Sharda, your cooperation, please, on this very heated debate. There is a problem is that when I tell them the truth, they say, oh, you are a right-winger. When I tell them the truth, they say, oh, you are communal.
No,
You're a fanatic.
Half-truth.
But I'll say the truth, and the truth is true for all.
What about the criminal culpability of the demolition itself?
Who was responsible for that? It was your government in the center for 30 years.
If you have
It was your job
why don't you file a PI
to punish the culprits.
Stop giving a
Oh my God.
Since you... Okay, now Sanju, please. Sanju, I'll call out names. Sanju, I'll call out names. I'll call out names. And I tell you, Ratan Sharda and Sanju, please. I'll call out names. I'll call out names. I'll call out the three who have not spoken. I call out on Aarti Agarwal, Nilofar Masood and Asif Hussain Sohail. And I want to open debate tonight, and everybody please cooperate with me. My only point tonight is this. My friend says, did the Supreme Court say that the demolition of Babri was an illegal act? Of course the Supreme Court said the demolition of Babri was an illegal act, but in the same breath, let it also be known, and with everyone on, that the Supreme Court of India, the 5-judge bench of Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi, Sharad Arvind Bobde, Justice Dhananjay Y. Chandrachud, Ashok Bhushan, and us, Abdul Nazir, also in the unanimous verdict, said that the site where the Babri Masjid stood is the birthplace of Lord Ram.
Exactly.
The Supreme Court said that the site where the Babri Masjid stood is the birthplace of Lord Ram, and therefore, on the basis of the awareness that the disputed site is the birthplace of Lord Ram, awarded the land for the construction of a Ram temple in the name of Lord Ram. Don't point the finger, sir. This is the fact. Now, when I say this, you'll say you're a communal right-winger Hindu fanatic. No. This is what the Supreme Court said. This is what the Supreme Court said. You don't want to hear that? And which is why, since the matter has been said, I'm saying move on.
The special provision of the Constitution was taken.
I'll get Mr. Sohail and Aarti Agarwal on the debate. Mr. Sohail and Aarti Agarwal, please.
Yes. Arnab, can I speak now?
I'll let Mr. Sohail go first.
Okay.
Arnab, I just want to say, till my last breath, we will remember Babri Masjid, and to our generation will say the fanatics and the terrorists who has demolished the Babri Masjid. You know, it's a painful thing. We will never forget that. What's wrong if we do a program or remember in the about the Babri Masjid? You can understand the pain. 30 years, you know, what we have gone through. The other generation should know about that. In 929 pages of verdict of Supreme Court, it's nowhere mentioned the verdict it's on the faith, on the religion. It's on the disputed side. And another issue, when there is nothing there for the BJP and RSS, they have not done anything develop in the country, and they are just dividing in the name of religion. They are starting the Kashi issue now. So unless and until we keep our stand, these fanatics will not stop their practice of dividing the secularism and Hindu Muslims in this country.
I'm
so
saying to you,
I strongly
So when you
condemn
say
who are
I
saying,
remember
we should not
Babri,
I am
remember the
asking
when you
you-
say
That's
I
very
remember
wrong.
Babri
It's
for
a
the
pain.
rest of your
It's
life,
a pain.
you want the future generations to remember, then you also want them to remember that hundreds and thousands of Hindu
Obvious.
temples
See, the
were
Babri
destroyed
was
in
built in
Pakistan and
1528. Madam, see, Babri was built in 1528.
Mr. Sohail, let us ask you a rebut.
1949,
Mr. Sohail, let us ask you a rebut.
it's a big debatable subject.
Mr.
Let's not go in
Sohail,
that.
let Ms.
Let's not
Agarwal
go in
ask you a
that.
rebut.
See, now the...
No, when you say I remember Babri, are you remembering that or
Okay.
not? Are you supporting that? Are you supporting the murder of Hindus? Are you supporting the attack on Air India offices in Pakistan and Bangladesh? Are you inciting Muslims to do that now? Answer me, yes or no?
Madam, I have nothing
It's a
to
very
do what
simple
happened in
question.
Pakistan and Bangladesh. I am concerned about my
No,
country.
you have to do with it,
I am
because
concerned about my people.
Pakistan
I am
has
concerned about the
asked
Indians.
India to
I am
not
concerned
build
about the
Ram
Hindus,
Mandir on 6
Muslims,
December
Sikh Isais of the
yesterday.
India. I
It
have
is
nothing
very
to do
much
with
in.
Pakistan and Bangladesh.
Yes,
Stop dividing
you
the
have
country
to-
in the
you
name
are-
of
you are
religion.
echoing their
Stop it.
sentiments. How can you say
This
you
is
have
done by
nothing
the
to do with
BJP and
Pakistan
RSS.
Bangladesh?
You are advocating them. I have nothing to
How
do
am
with
I
them.
advocating them?
I'm
Are
telling you,
stupid?
don't advocate the practice what you have been taught in the Nagpur University. It's enough now.
I'm
We have
not
nothing
from
to do with the Nagpur University.
I'm from an IIT.
You need to
Okay,
understand,
do your homework
the
before
country is
talking to
going
me.
in the pain. It's going
you
in
are
the
talking
poverty.
about Kashi
We are more
Vishwanath and
concerned about
Mathura.
that.
Those mosques were built by Aurangzeb, who
But
was a
Mr.
tyrant.
Sohail-
Are you Muslims who are speaking up and saying, I remember Babri? Are you identifying with Aurangzeb, a tyrant? Are you telling the Muslims that you want to perpetuate the legacy of
I
such a
will
tyrant
remember Babri
whose own
till my
children
last
were
breath.
fed up of him? Who killed his own father to usurp the throne? Who killed his own brother to usurp
I
the
will
throne?
remember-
Are you
I
trying
will
to
remember
tell
Babri
Muslims of
Masjid.
India that they should
I'm
be
telling
inspired
you,
by Aurangzeb?
will not forget that.
Is that what you are doing when you are telling people that Hindus should not reclaim
Our generation
Kashi
should
Mathura?
know how this terrorists and the fanatics have demolished the masjid.
Basically, I'll put it simply. Basically, I'll put it simply. Okay, Aarti, let me get Nilofer in and then get Sanju to respond. Everyone, I'm going to everyone.
Arnab, what is
Again,
wrong in that?
don't
What is
jump
wrong
at
in
what I'm
remembering
about to
the
say.
Babri?
No, 1 minute, yeah.
Already-
So, Mr. Sohail,
already
Mr.
they-
Sohail,
you know, the-
Mr.
what is
Sohail,
wrong?
1 minute.
It's a
Mr. Sohail,
constitution. See,
Mr. Sohail,
constitution
Mr.
has
Sohail,
given us a right.
Mr. Sohail,
The constitution
Mr.
has given us a
Sohail.
right. What is wrong?
Well, if you want to repeat the same thing at 20 times, do you think it will become better?
All that.
Okay, you asked the question, right, Mr. Sohail? I'll give you a one-line response to it. There is nothing wrong in remembering Babri. But there is something wrong before every election in finding nothing else to bring the people together and finding only Babri to be the issue to divide the people. In using Muslims as a vote bank, it's absolutely wrong. In saying that Muslims are getting stepmotherly treatment in India is absolutely wrong.
BJP and RSS
No, 1 minute. And Asaduddin Owaisi, your leader, allow me to complete now since you asked me, I'm going to give you a proper rebut and have the courage to take my proper rebut. Your leader,
Okay.
you are using children as props. I am Babri. And more than that, Asaduddin Owaisi saying, I have named my meeting as Shoshit or Vanchit Sammelan because in India nobody remembers Muslims after elections. I can equally turn around and say, Mr. Owaisi, you are the one who always plays a Muslim card before every election. Fight a single election, Mr. Owaisi, without playing the Muslim card. And I'd like to see you, what issues you raise. In every single campaign and rally and statement, all you do is Muslim card, Muslim card, Muslim card. But when somebody on a program like this reminds you that yes, you are playing only and only the Muslim card. And do you think, Mr. Asif Hussain Sohail, that the Muslims of this country are not asking your leader, Mr. Owaisi, why he plays the Muslim card? He even communalizes police encounters. He said 37% of the people who are killed in encounters are Muslims. What does he not give the Muslim card around? The fact is, without Babri, you don't know. Without Babri, Mr. Sohail, you don't know how to contest elections. You don't know how to contest elections without Babri. That's the fact, Mr. Sohail.
And RSS is playing the Hindutva card, then why are you not raising the question on them? When Asaduddin Owaisi was talking about the Muslim, then everyone has a problem with it. Why? We are part of this. We are part of this country. We are equally citizen of this country. No one can deny our rights in this country. Madam, it's all funniest thing you talk. It's a waste.
Asaduddin Owaisi can play the Muslim card and say a Muslim deserves to be the deputy CM of Uttar Pradesh. But a BJP...
We will. If you have any problem, try to stop and see. If you have any problem, try to stop and see us.
Play the Hindutva card. What is wrong with Hindutva? Why do you have so much of allergy to Hindutva? Why should BJP
that's what
not
they
play
can do.
the Hindutva
Because see,
card?
they don't have anything. They have not done anything for the country. There has no development been done by the BJP and RSS. They don't have anything. They can only play a religious card. There is nothing about it.
वोट मांग सकते हैं, but BJP should not play Hindutva card. Why? Who are you to lecture the BJP?
हमें फख्र है टोपी पहनने से हमें. सने we are proud of wearing a cap. You know, पहनेंगे आगे भी पहनाएंगे हम.
आपसे हमको सेक्युलरिज्म पर भाषण नहीं जानना है.
अरे आप लोग, you don't talk about the secularism. You are the students of Godse and Savarkar. You don't talk about the secularism, okay? What you have learned in the Nagpur University, don't try to exhibit here.
Mathura में कृष्ण जन्मभूमि.
Okay, repeating out there now Nilufar Masood to come in. Nilufar, let's... Okay, Sanju and Mr. Sohail, I'm going back and I'd like to bring in at this stage, yeah, Nilufar Masood to come into the debate with Ajay Alok. And my question to you, Nilufar, is that I have always... Nilufar, if I may...
Arnab, just give me 30 seconds.
Okay, you get 30 seconds. Go on.
The nexus
Go
of the religion,
on. I was
politics,
asking a question, but go on.
Yes, kindly. The nexus of the religion, politics and the state pretends that needs to be saved. We need to save our country. Our preamble talks about the secularism. But I'm very sorry to say, we don't have any secular character in our country today. Why only the Muslims are being targeted? Whenever there is an election in any state, we talk about the Babri Masjid demolition. We talk about the Kashmir issue. These are the two cards which are often not being played by each state. And it is very unfortunate.
Why?
We have been witnessing an event of momentous
No, the Babri demolition issue is over, right?
Unexpected, but also
No, there's a Supreme Court verdict.
That the head of the religious institution was appointed as the chief minister in a state just like in a state which is secular in the Union of India. We have seen that. But we have seen how the people have been made the chief ministers. This is very unfortunate. We have been seeing this only happening in the Iran, not in any part of the world.
How was Omar Abdullah made the chief minister? How was Omar Abdullah made the chief minister? How was Omar Abdullah made the chief minister? Kindly tell me his qualifications and merit on the basis of which he was made the chief minister. How was Omar Abdullah made a minister? What were the professional capabilities or achievements of Omar Abdullah that he became a minister?
Why should?
You tell me.
When I think...
No, you are talking about people being made chief ministers. How did Omar Abdullah become a chief minister, Nilufar? Nilufar, what is Omar Abdullah's qualification to become a chief minister or to become a minister? What was his professional competence before he was made a minister?
What qualification he has? He's a ground
What is there to see?
He has arisen from the ground itself. He has arisen from the ground and you
groundwork. No, ma'am.
Yes, you need
no,
not
ma'am. He's Farooq Abdullah's son. That's his qualification.
Let me complete now. Why should a Babri Masjid and Kashmir issue be always played a card for any state? Why? I need answer from the nation.
I guess, ma'am, you had your 30 seconds.
Article 370.
No, it's not a card. I agree with you.
Article 370 was done by the
some important observation.
Article 370 is not an issue. It's over.
Which is very much relevant.
I'll tell you, that was done by our parliamentarians. And Honorable Supreme Court had already passed the judgment that it is permanent in nature. And that was undone by the parliament.
Nilufar.
And if Supreme Court has passed any order...
Nilufar, 1 minute. Nilufar, your 30 seconds are over. Your 30 seconds are over in 300 seconds. But now I'll have to intervene. That's why I tell you, you should always vote in an election to elect your parliamentarians. Believe in electoral democracy.
When demolition was done in the broad daylight, how can you justify
Who's justifying it?
Supreme Court is saying
just now a gentleman Sohail said...
Who's justifying it?
If you are not justifying that, then you should
take the side of those... Ajay is responding and Sohail. 1 minute, Sanju, wait a minute. Ajay to Sohail, go on. Ajay, second rebut on.
I want to...
Thank you. Ajay.
I want to say something to Sohail. Can you keep quiet, please? Can you be quiet? I just want to respond to Sohail one thing. He just now said Hindu fanatics. How dare he? Hindu fanatics, what do you mean by Hindu fanatics? I will tell you what is fanatics means.
I will say
Babri
it again.
Masjid demolition
I
was done
will
in
say it
1992 in
again.
India.
I say it.
And
Fanatics,
temples were
okay,
destroyed all across the world.
People who have demolished
All across the
Babri
world.
are the fanatics.
Recently temples were destroyed in Pakistan and Bangladesh.
I will say it again.
एक भी हिंदुओं ने protest निकाला.
On the national channel.
बांग्लादेश में रोहिंग्या मुसलमान मरते हैं, आजाद मैदान में रैली निकालते हैं. और फैनेटिक हिंदू को बोलेंगे आप?
I will dare to
हिंदू
say
को
it
फैनेटिक
again.
बोलेंगे आप?
Do it whatever you
फ्रांस
want.
में प्रॉफिट साहब पे कार्टून बनता है, यहाँ पे दंगे करते हैं. फैनेटिक हिंदू को बोलेंगे आप?
The terrorists.
How dare you say that? Hindu fanatic.
Do whatever you want.
Thank you very much.
Go and tell
You
your
compare again, please, Sanju.
There in Nagpur.
Sanju on the left. Thank you, Ajay. Ajay, thank you.
I will say
Sanju on
it
the left.
again.
Thank you.
I will repeat it again.
All right.
You cannot do it again.
Stop all provocative comments. I am on a moot point. Sanju, 1 minute. Sanju and Monojit Mandal only, please, now on the screen. My question is, Sanju, 1 minute. I'll go to Monojit first. Listen. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Yes.
See, the thing is, okay, let's stop trying to appear very sincere about it. You all are not sincere. This is all politics. I understand. Monojit, you understand. Sanju understands. And the audience understands. You're doing politics. And here's my little thesis. Without Babri, you have no idea how to win an election. And that's why people are all confused now. UP election, no Babri. What will we do? We'll be out of work.
No, very.
They tell them, no, but it's been 30 years, it's over, there's a Supreme Court verdict. And by the way, we tell them, no, 1 minute, just 1 minute, Monojit, let me complete, let me complete. Here's the punchline. Here's my punchline. Ladies and gentlemen, you know why all of these people are so confused now? Because this is the first election in the history of India since the Babri Masjid issue was settled in the Supreme Court of India. Khatam.
Exactly.
So there's nothing to debate. Mandir Masjid is not an issue. You don't know what to do, Manoj. No, you don't know what to do.
Quiet and soft. Let me reply. It's very quiet and soft reply to a very sweetly devilish question, I tell you. Without Babri, BJP would not rise as well. Look at the violent rise of a political party. This political party rose to power riding on violence. The most. Look at this violent lady. Look at this violent lady. She has come in again. She has proved my point again. She has proven my point on national television. I just said the obvious. I said the obvious and she proved it. I said the obvious, that BJP rose to power riding on Babri demolition. That's the violent rise of a political party. And I tell you, this has changed the concept of secularism in this country. And people are watching. BJP talks about violence. This is the most violent political party. They rose to power riding on Babri demolition. This is the violent rise of a violent political party.
No, she said my answer. Here's the point. A counter question, Sanju, to you. Sanju, a counter question to you. Sanju, a question to you. And a question to you and a question to you. And here's the question to you. Sanju, my question to you is this. Sanju, now it's time for you to answer some questions. 1 minute. Sanju, can you calm down? Then the question to you will come. My question is to Sanju Verma right now, ladies and gentlemen. Sanju is refusing to listen to my question. I protest. Sanju, you need to listen to the question, please. You need to listen to the question, Sanju. And thank you very much. Monojit, a minute. My God. Monojit, a minute. My God. Sanju. Here's my question to Sanju. And can everyone just calm down? And Atikur Rahman is on the other side, but Atik, you won't speak. Sanju, the accusation against you, provocation. 1, first election since the Babri Masjid Ayodhya issue was settled. So the charge against you also is that you have also got no other issue, which is why now you are saying Mathura. Work is on the Kashi Vishwanath temple is a fact. Have people in the area given their land so that the whole complex of the wonderful Kashi Vishwanath temple, and by the way, I am very, very happy to say it, because I think Ajay said, I don't know how many of you have gone. I have gone there. I have been. It's a beautiful complex. It'll be fantastic. It'll be a place of great interest and be one of the centers of travel around the world when it is built. So we are proud of what the Kashi Vishwanath temple is being built. But why Mathura now? You are also unable to handle the election, Sanju, when there is no other issue. No, which is why now you are saying withdrawal of places of worship, Special Provisions Act of 1991. Are we to move from one religious conflict to another all the time? Why?
Let me tell you one thing.
You want to talk about development, then I want to also say, if you are talking, last question. If you are talking about development, why do you have to compare the rule of the Samajwadi Party to that of Muhammad Ghori? Why? Nation wants to know.
Okay, Arnab Swami, I will now just take 45 seconds to tell you. BJP is not running an agenda which is not development oriented, and the best example to showcase that is the fact that in 15 years of DSP-SP rule between 2002 and 2017, only 467 kilometers of expressways were built. In 4.5 years of
reply to the 1991 Places of Worship Act. Nothing else. What the SP has done, they have been taught a lesson. Now you will be taught a lesson by the people of Uttar Pradesh. The nation wants to know, when are you repealing 1991 Places of Worship Act?
Can you ask this goon to shut up?
You talk about Mathura.
Can you ask this goon to shut up?
You terrorist! You terrorist!
Okay, calm down, both sides. Atik, you asked the question once, and we must not waste time. And Atik, you asked the question, and now you get the answer. He asked tonight. 1 minute, Atik, now don't keep repeating the question. You know, here is when there appears to be an inexorable waste of time, and I cannot tolerate it. The question is, Sanju, are you planning to withdraw the Places of Worship Special Provisions Act of 1991? Are you planning to do that?
Arnab, let me first finish what I was saying. You started your question by saying BJP does not do elections, on the basis of development, and we are getting all these temple, mandir, masjid issues. Uttar Pradesh's GDP today is more than 17.5 lakh crore. Uttar Pradesh is the number
yes
two
or
state
no?
doing business.
1991 Places of Worship Act repealing. Yes or no?
Okay.
In this session or the next session,
Uttar Pradesh
Astha or the Constitution, Astha or Samvidhan, Astha ya Kanun.
I think there was a very honest question that you asked, Arnab. Just allow me 30 seconds. You asked a very honest question to the Jammu and Kashmir National Conference spokesperson. It's very funny. And that's a rightful question.
Very funny.
What is the qualification? What is the qualification of Omar Abdullah to be the Chief Minister of Kashmir? Today on Republic TV, the nation wants to know what is the qualification of Jai Shah to be the BCCI Secretary. Is it because he's the son of Amit Shah? He's the son of Union Home Minister? What is it? You're showing on your channel. You're showing
not in the
kids
Lok Sabha.
with I am Babri.
Please understand, 1991 Act has been challenged in the Supreme Court. It is not in the Parliament. So don't try to corner BJP on that. And you ask me, you tell me, why are you harping that I will keep on speaking about Babri? You will keep on speaking about things.
Well, I just say, please don't race to polarize. We've really had enough. And on the other side, ladies and gentlemen, the farmer protest could be coming to an absolute end tomorrow. And I'm personally delighted, and I know you're all relieved. Andolan GV is very unhappy. Big debate up next.